Kill la Kill has 25 days left, and it's very likely once this crossover leaves, we won't be seeing it again for quite a long time. So why not make a quick checklist to make sure that we get everything that we possibly want from this crossover so we're not missing out on anything. Since Kill la Kill didn't have a part 2 to his crossover, there's only one crossover shop. So there's not too much that you need to worry about getting, but there are definitely a few things that you don't want to miss out on, like the crossover gems. Missing out on these will pretty much make it to where your characters won't be luck units, and they are significantly weaker. If they're luck units, they're always a bit better than just not being a luck unit. And it's free. It literally takes no time at all to actually farm all this and get it all the way up. I need to farm a bit more too before this leaves, just so I can actually max luck Nui, since I did get her this time around. An equip that you definitely don't want to miss out on is Nui's Parasol. The reason why this is so good is because this is a conditional dark res down. Conditional debuffs in this game stack with all unconditional debuffs. So for an example, let's say you use Luan's Shady Canopy that gives you tons of dark res down. Well, if you use that alongside Nui's Parasol, they actually do stack dark res down together, which is crazy because that means you're pretty much at 100% dark res down just from 2 equips. Other items that are worth getting from just the event is also Senketsu. This is good on Duran since it does give him Fatal Blow, and then Mako Knuckle just to have it for characters that want skill CT speed, which are pretty few and far between, but since we are getting more and more units with actual art gauge effects on their skill, it means that having skill CT speed is becoming more and more valuable, so having an equip like this to just make your skill CT faster is great. After that, we have the true weapons. Now, if you got the units, of course, you probably want to buy their true weapons. If you want to know some of the best ones from this are going to be Hoka's true weapon, Uzu's true weapon, Mako's true weapon, but only if you are using it on Mako, Stolen Scissors Blade. Those are the main ones that are worth getting. Those have implications outside just the units that they are tied to, and if you get any of those, none of them will necessarily be a bad thing. The main thing is here, I would highly recommend that everyone gets at least Pro Regalia for human characters, and if you have Mako, make sure you definitely pick up the Goku uniform. And already when it comes to the summons, hopefully you got lucky and you managed to get Hoka, but if you didn't, well, that really sucks. Hoka is one of the best support units in this game, so if you're able to pick them up before this crossover leaves, it will be great. But definitely don't feel like you absolutely need them. If you're already doing pretty okay in the game, like you pretty much can beat all pieces of content without Hoka, then there's no reason for you to really be stressing over not getting Hoka. I know it sucks, but like, I mean, it's not the end of the world. If you're brand new to the game though, and you don't have Hoka and you just started playing on your account, I would highly recommend that you do reroll and actually pick up Hoka and possibly Mako from your summons. When it comes to gacha equips, this is a little bit different though. There's a few in here that you absolutely want. Some of them aren't even on the featured banner list right here, and you won't really know about them unless you played the previous crossovers. And let me say too, this gacha equip section is for people that really want to optimize their play, like want to make sure that you get like some of the best stuff. If you're more of a casual player, you could probably get by with free equips. It wouldn't really matter too much, but just know there's a lot of gacha equips that just make your life so much easier. Starting with Blade Regalia. Blade Regalia is a 100 art gauge up equip for human allies. Very strong. Would highly recommend you at least get 1 or 2 of these. Pro Regalia is an extremely good nuke item, but specifically really only made for Hoka, since this is the most advantageous on him. Uzu's Raid Tracksuit is amazing as a physical damage res down option for Earth characters. Hoga's Raid Tracksuit is pretty good with the autofilling all allies art gauge by 3, but there's another equip that's in this actual batch, which if we go to the detail screen, we can see. Actually, no, it's not in this batch. Okay, I'm glad that I looked at that. I think it's in this batch up here. There it is. In the part 2 banner, there is a item called Fight Club Goku uniform, which is vastly better than just Hoka's 5-star support item. So if you're looking specifically for an AoE Archon item, highly recommend you pick up Fight Club Goku uniform by summoning on the part 2 banner. Speaking of the part 2 banner, it doesn't really have as many bops as the first part, but it does have a few that are definitely worth looking at. The main one here is Symphony Regalia. The reason why this is so good is because this is a break magic item. And let me just tell you, we don't get a lot of these. These are very far and few between. Even if you can't use it on a light character, it doesn't matter. Having 50% break power up to any magic breaker in the game, like TT for an example, will help her out so much. Another item that doesn't come up too often but will be used when it comes to specific nukes if you don't have the alternative, which is Black Trike, is the Era's Raid tracksuit. Now, Gamagori's tracksuit is insanely good just because it has a 50 arc gauge up to the target. This works exactly like Black Trike if you guys have used that, where it's a single target defense item. You pop it on any character you want to and they instantly gain 50 arc gauge. Ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it when it comes to the checklist. Those aren't all the things you gotta do, but just a few things, especially when it comes to like picking up gacha equips or certain units. I know that stuff is based on luck and it's not like a guarantee for you to get them. And I don't want you guys, spending all your crystals going broke unless you're going for Hoka, because that's absolutely worth it. But I don't want you guys spending all your crystals and going broke for any of these characters. Especially if you feel like you don't really necessarily need them. This is mainly for the people who are just starting to play the game or maybe are a little bit confused on what to actually obtain from this crossover. So this video can maybe help point them in the right direction. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for this video. Tell me down below if you guys would like me to do this with other crossovers in the future. Your boy's gonna go get some water and then grind some kill and just enjoy my morning. Oh, and talking about water, you guys don't forget to drink water.